Hi, you've come to Springs in the Desert, and I'm Desert. This is an intro to my November 2024 Nogales unboxing, which I never posted because I didn't notice until I reviewed the footage much later that there was music playing in the background, music that I do not own the copyrights to. So I couldn't use any of the footage that I had originally. And I have done a little bit of reworking and have decided to go ahead and upload, this, because it has to do with the beginnings of my channel and the beginnings of my house, and it shows some of the condition of the house and things like that, and gives a little bit of history here and there in my talking. And it also introduced you to Jake. Jake is our Chihuahua. I'm very glad you're here. I am Irish by blood, American by birth, Italian by marriage, but I've lived in Mexico for almost 20 years. I'm definitely a World Wide Web kind of girl. So please let me know where you're watching from. It would just blow my mind, I'm sure, to see where this goes. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate that if you would just give me a little shout in the comments below. And of course, if you like what you see, I'd love a thumbs up. That would make my day. And if you want to continue seeing it, of course, I invite you to hit subscribe and even the little bell that tells you whenever I upload something new. So we will be uploading videos, a full one on every Saturday and at least a short on Wednesday. I promise that will be the minimum. I can definitely do more, but I will not do less. So very glad you're here, and I guess we'll get to our little intro montage and get into it. Hi there. On to another part of our box opening from Nogales. I am beginning to start a pantry. My last house was too small. There was never any room to stock food items. And last year in June, I closed my business, which was a coffee dessert shop, and all of those things came into my house, so there really wasn't any room. So I'm now getting to the point to where I'm starting to stock a pantry again. And these are golden raisins and regular raisins, and 6 cans of peaches, 6 cans of pear halves, and both of those are in juice. 3 containers of applesauce. Here we have Deglecnur dates, and we have dried cranberries, and 6 cans of chili, 6 cans of stewed tomatoes, 6 cans of dark red kidney beans, and in the back, whole dry milk, 6 cans of condensed, sweetened condensed milk, and we have 2 containers of prunes, and then 3 bags of prunes because they were out of the containers, and baking soda, 2 containers of witch hazel, and some Dr. Bronner's. Those are for future crafts that we will do together. Extra virgin olive oil, and 3 containers of tahini because I make my own hummus, and I mix this with the chip pea paste. And this red wine, I normally like wine that's better than that, but I make a mulled wine over the holidays, and it's filled with so much fruit and so many spices and all that it really doesn't matter what wine you start out with. So we will have a video on that, on how to make mulled wine. And then salt is a definite necessity for any pantry. There are so many different uses for it besides just flavoring. It can be used as an exfoliant. It can be used to help clean your dirty pots and pans. It can be used to help preserve foods. So much. So here's one little group that's on top of my my little bitch freezer. And please don't judge my horrible wall behind. We, in April, moved into a older Mexican home that had not had an occupant for over 7 years. So everything here needs to be done. And that's part of what this channel is about, is the evolution of this house as well. So we'll get around to painting that wall one of these days. Have a good day. Bye. Hi again, friends. We're here with part of our unboxing from Nogales. Our power goes out here a lot. So I bought 5 of these little flashlights that are USB charged, and they have a neat clip on them so you can put them on your clothes or whatever. I'm going to put one in my car, one in my desk, one next to my bed, one for my son, and an extra, who knows. Super tape. You can never have enough super tape. And this is the utility grade. I got a 3-pack because it was a good price on Amazon. And we needed some safety glasses because we use a weed whacker a lot, which is what that is. Those are spare spools for the weed whacker. And I wanted to protect my son's eyes. Since our power goes out a lot, I picked up a phone portable charger battery thing that we will keep charged up so that when our power goes out, we can recharge our phones. And these are rechargeable portable fans, and there are 2 of them. And they have quite a few neat functions. They have a light on them. There's a hook on it so that you can hang it where you want. There's a little spot here where you unscrew that and you put in some drops of essential oils, and you can actually do aromatherapy care. There's, anyway, just, a fan. Okay. Now this is just me being a silly old timer. I'm 71 years old, and this is a portable CD player to go on my computer because my computer no longer has a CD DVD player, and I still have some CDs and DVDs. So I picked this up as a Christmas gift for myself so that I can play my old stuff. Now, Christmas is a really big deal for me, and I love giving gifts to people. But I don't have a lot of money. So I have, for my girls, I buy lip balm in quantity, and I buy creams in quantity. And I am also going to be making them salt scrubs and sugar scrubs to go inside their gift bags. And that will have my girls covered. I got myself a selfie stick because anybody that's doing a YouTube channel has to have a selfie stick. And I didn't. I live at the beach. Salt is very corrosive, and the sun is very strong, and it's very hot. So I invested in these stainless steel plaques for my plants. And these are the stands for them because stainless steel doesn't get destroyed. The Stanley thermos in the back, that's absolutely the best in the world. I've had one before, and one of my daughters and I had a disagreement over who it belonged to. So I just went ahead and gave that one to her and got myself another one. I do everything in bulk, and it's coming up time for Christmas wrapping, so I got myself some extra tape. And I got a label maker. I do have help in my house with a Mexican lady that helps me out with cleaning and stuff because I am old and I'm partially handicapped. So I'm going to be labeling things in both English and Spanish so that she knows what's up. I am extremely environmentally conscious, and I realize that a laundry detergent is those big jugs of plastic that you have to throw away all the time, and they're very heavy and they're very cumbersome to ship all around the country, world, whatever. So I'm giving these a go. I'm not sure. I haven't tried them yet. I'll have to give you a review later, but there's supposedly 240 loads in that little box, and it's certainly a lot easier to lift. And I love lavender, so I picked up some of the Downy in the lavender scent. And these are flour sack towels, and they're 100% cotton. And there's a set of 12 of them. I'm going to be doing cheese making and things like that, and I want to use these for straining, etc. Then I got my little silicone ice cube trays. I'm going to be putting lemon juice and lime juice in these and freezing them, and then taking them out of this into Ziploc bags so that each day when I have my glasses of water, I can just pop a cube into it and it'll be flavored. Cool. Anyway, that's it. I'll put all of this stuff away and I'll load the top of my freezer up again and be back at you. Bye. Here is my favorite little helper. That's Jake. Jake the Chihuahua. Okay, so far I've only been showing you stuff on my freezer because my table was so full that I have no place to set up my tripod. These are oxygen absorbers, which we'll be using next week when I show you how to process foods and get them ready for long-term storage. I can never find leeks in Mexico, and I love leek and potato soup, which my children called leaky potato soup. The 2 bags of garlic we're going to process in the food processor, and I'm going to use a small 1 tablespoon cookie dough scoop to make them into little pucks that we're going to freeze. So we have frozen garlic that I can add to whatever meals I need. The Epsom salt is going to be for the salt scrubs that I was talking about the last time that we spoke. Just some sweet potatoes. These are tea balls, which, shoot, they're not open and I don't have sorry. Any rate, potatoes, obviously. These are 5 fabric grow bags. I don't have my raised beds built yet, and I don't want to wait that long to plant, so I'm going to begin in these ahead of time. These are 100 4-inch pots for starting plants in. This is 2 different sizes of rolls for bags for my vacuum food processor. I am beginning a spice rack again. My last house, you have no idea how small it was. It was so tiny, I did not have room for anything. So I really cut back on my spices and all. Here is some wildflower honey, which I will be using for making my mulled wine. Just a big thing, hand sanitizer. This is a small bottle of organic sesame oil for beauty products and etc. Almond flour, molasses, coconut oil. I'm trying 2 different types. I ordered one on Amazon and I ordered the other one at Walmart, and they were approximately the same price. I just kind of want to see which I like better. And ghee. I have never used ghee, but I'd like to get to know more about it, so we're going there. Vegetable glycerin is also used for the beauty products that I want to make. I have 2 terrible can openers that are just frustrating as all get out. So I bought a very heavy duty, much better quality KitchenAid can opener, and I will be throwing those other 2 away. And this is a garlic press, which we'll use with when we're using the garlic cloves individually, not for my mass production. The sweet and sour kikkoman sauce back there. Next week, we will be doing breakfast sandwiches, breakfast burritos, and spring rolls. And those are for use in the spring rolls. The Himalayan pink salt is for the salt scrubs. I can never find bread flour or good whole wheat flour here. So that's that. This is just normal stock up stuff. In the back, we have a little bit of sucanut, which is whole cane sugar. And we have chamomile flowers, lavender flowers, and lemon balm because we're going to be making our own sleepy time tea. These are silicone bags for storing things in my refrigerator. These are silica gel, food quality, to put inside our packages of food that we will be vacuum sealing. These, they're just an easy night of macaroni and cheese. You know, what can I say? This is to go into the store, the storage pantry, pumpkin and diced tomatoes. Now, when you order things online with Walmart, you are not choosing the cans yourself. So you'll notice I got 2 dented cans. So obviously I will use these 2 cans first because these would be the first to be compromised. But I have 6 cans of pumpkin and I have 6 cans of diced tomatoes. Now, I live in the land of termites, and I love Rosemary Gladstar's books. I have had them for many, many, many years, but the termites ate my last copy. So I have a new copy of Rosemary Gladstar's Medicinal Herbs book. Now, this is a new one to me. I have found an entire series of books by C.E. Flores on natural healing using Mexican plants. And I'm very much a proponent of, believer in using whatever is indigenous in the area, if at all possible. For one thing, you don't need to water it extra. It's already used to living with the types of bugs and all that are in your area. And I kind of have this little dream of becoming a curadera. A curadera is a woman who works with herbs to help people with their health. So this is the first in a series of, I think, 5 books. So I got this one here. Now, I had mentioned before that our power goes out a lot. So right here, we have 250 tea lights. So that we not only have light, but tea lights are also very good for cooking in a pinch. And if you have a trivet and you put a tea light underneath the trivet and you put your pan on top of the trivet, you can actually heat up lots of different types of foods. Now, these 2 bags are Jake's absolute favorites. So we have those. The KitchenAid is not new. It just happens to be on the table. These 2 bottles, I bought 2 packages because I am going to begin making my own air fresheners, cleaning products, and linen sprays. I have more jars on order, more spray bottles on order as well, but this is the beginning of that. So there's still some things over there in boxes that I haven't gotten opened up yet, and we'll get to that next. And when I get this stuff off the table, then I will be able to set up my tripod and put the phone on it so I won't have to hold it. Over there are tortillas and English muffins, which are part of the next week's project of breakfast sandwiches and breakfast burritos. Now, our house is not a pretty thing. If you see, there's lots of cracks in the ceiling. We have done a lot since we've been here in April. but there is still an incredible amount to do. And we put up that cupboard. We've put up that cupboard. Not very much in this part of the house yet. I actually started working on my bedroom first. That curtain there is my son's bathroom. You see, we don't even have a door on his bathroom, poor guy. This is the doorway to our spare bedroom. I have lots and lots of books. You will see cake bases and things everywhere because I had a dessert shop for 13 years. So, but there are books everywhere. This bookcase needs to be repaired. It got bent somehow in the move, and the two sides are not close enough together anymore, so it will not hold up its shelves. So I'm going to have to repair that. And there's that. And then we have all of our tools here because, not all of them obviously, but a lot of tools here. And those are the boxes of books that go in that bookcase. Because the storeroom that we have outside doesn't have any doors on it yet. So I'm afraid to put much out there. And when we get the doors installed on the place outside, the storeroom, then we will have a much less clutter in here and I will have a good place to put my tools. So that's it. I've only got a little bit more in the boxes over there on that side of the table. And all of the stuff that is inside the freezer, I had to have it in the freezer, obviously, so it wouldn't go bad. And those things I already showed you a little bit ago. So let me put these things away and I will open up those last boxes so that I can show you what those are. And then we'll be able to take the things out of the freezer and tell you more about the projects that are coming next week. So thank you very much for being with me, friends. This is Desert Fox for the moment, signing off. Hey, here's another installment in the unpacking video from Nogales. Obviously, you know that this is for making my videos. It's got a good tripod and a good light and a holder for my phone. And that will make things much more steady. Now, also, we have the vacuum pack food saver. I used to have one of these and I used it for years and years and years. And when I moved to Mexico from the United States, I lived in a place where I could not garden. So I gave my food saver to one of my daughters. So this is a new one for me because I am gardening here again at this new house that I bought. And these are the bags that come with the food saver. And the box behind there are the rolls of bags that I showed you before that I purchased to supplement because I know I'm going to need more than that. Okay. These are bat houses. I have 2 of them. And where I live, there are lots of mosquitoes. I mean, lots of mosquitoes. And bats, as you can see, there are 5 different holes in here. And this is a landing pad for them with grooves ground in so they could grab onto them with their little claws. And there's enough space for at least 2 bats per area. So this will hold 10 bats and this will hold 10 bats. Now, a bat can eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes a night. And I'm going to put one at the front of my house and the other one at the back of my house. And there are definitely Mexican free-tailed bats in this area. In fact, there's an abandoned house down the street that the local kids call the bat house because there are so many that live in there. So all I have to do is provide an attractive climate and I will have nature's pest control. Plus, bat guano, which is their poop, is an incredibly rich resource for fertilizing plants. So I plan on putting containers underneath these on the ground to collect the guano so that I can add the guano into my compost. Obviously, that's for Jake the dog. And this is my new wonderful mortar and pestle. I've had mortar and pestles before, but they were always very small. I've been married twice. My first husband bought me one. It was pretty small and it was white ceramic, and it lasted until just a little while ago, and a person who helps me in the home broke it, unfortunately. This has some weight to it. It comes with a little silicone mat so that it won't move around on you while you're using it, and it comes with this neat little spoon and a brush to clean it out with. And I am so excited about using this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the marble, I love the weight, I love the feel, and I'm really excited to use this. So, except for the frozen foods, you have now seen everything. I go to Nogales, Nogales, Arizona, every 3 months. I'm on a prescription plan with my medications, where I go for my meds every 3 months, so I make my Amazon orders and I have a mailbox there, and that's why there's so much stuff at once. I don't just go to the store and buy this much stuff all the time. This is a once every 3 month occurrence. So you'll see different stuff in February because that will be my next trip. So hope you're all having a blessed day, and we'll get to the frozen stuff as soon as I put all this away. Bye-bye. Okay, so we never got to the frozen stuff. I'm sorry. That was part of the footage that I couldn't use because my son was playing music in the background, and it's music that I don't own the rights for. So that stuff just kind of got blended in and used, and oh well. I wanted to explain something. The November shopping trips are much larger than my regular every 3 month shopping trips, because I'm very blessed in that one of my pensions, I get Social Security and I have another pension, but the other pension gives us a little extra in November of every year to help with Christmas. Excuse me. Now, I have in the past always used that for, if somebody needed a new computer, or if we needed to buy a new air conditioning unit, or some major expense, and I would do it during that month, because you get the money in November. In November in Mexico, there's Buen Fin, which is the same thing as Black Friday in the United States. So if you're shopping online with United States retailers, you can take advantage of Black Friday, and if you're shopping here with Mexican retailers, you can take advantage of Buen Fin. And I'm very blessed to get that extra money every year at that time. And what I'm doing now is I'm using it to accumulate tools and things that we need for the new house. A lot of seeds, a lot of, like, I got the vacuum packer for the food this last time, and all of the bags, and the weed whacker spools, and the goggles for my son, and that kind of, the super tape and that kind of stuff. The February and the other months, every 3 months shopping trips are much smaller because they're just my regular income times, and I do make Amazon purchases, little ones, through the whole 3 month period, and they're held at my mailing address in Nogales, Arizona, and I pick them up once every 3 months when I go there for my meds. So the November one is always going to look really extravagant, and that's why I was using it as the jumping off point for my prepper pantry or storage pantry, whatever you want to call it. and got all those canned goods and stuff like that as well. So just wanted to put that out there. Now, I said this before, but I am Irish by blood, American by birth, Italian by marriage, yet I've lived in Mexico for almost 20 years. So I am definitely a World Wide Web kind of girl. And I would just be delighted to see where this goes. Do shoot me a comment or something, please, and let me know where you're watching this from. That would just be amazing to me. I would love it. And if you like the content, I would always appreciate a thumbs up. That would make my day. And if you'd like to receive more content, please do subscribe and hit the notification button so that you are notified every time that we do a video. Now, we will be producing a full video every Saturday and a short on every Wednesday, at least. I may do more than that, but I won't do less. So I will commit to at least that much. And if I'm feeling really good that week, or, I get more done, then groovy, I'll go ahead and I'll include more. But I will at least have that much. So I hope that you're having a really blessed day. And I hope to see you again soon. Toodles.